What went down in the auto sector this week? We get your very special deep dive into the tire space and also discuss about one of the most promising automakers in the passenger vehicle space. What other stocks in the tire space should you add in the portfolio? Watch the video till the end to know more. So the first stock we're looking at is one of India's favorite car makers. Yes, we're talking about Mahindra & Mahindra, and the stock is buzzing on the back of strong Q4 earnings, but the stock price was up 7% on the company's commentary going forward. The company has said that it is going to launch 16 new vehicles over the next 6 financial years, and out of these 16, 7 will be in the electric vehicle space. Well, the company was in the news on the back of a new SUV launch called the 3XO in the mid to compact SUV space, which is generally priced between the 6 to 10 lakh range. Now do note that between this price range, there are roughly 6 lakh vehicles that get sold, and in the competition are likes of Venue as well as the Exter. Now for Mahindra, this is the first launch in this space, and they have already garnered 50,000 bookings, as we said, in just the first hour. The company has also said that they've already produced 10,000 vehicles and deliveries are going to start from the 26th of May. Apart from these 50,000, they also have roughly 2,20,000 other bookings for their other products such as Tyre as well as the XUV 700. Well, the management has guided for a 15 to 20% earnings growth in the next financial year, and this is diversely opposite to what Tata Motors said in its earnings conference call. While Tata Motors has said that sales will rise less than 5%, Mahindra is expecting a mid-teens growth, which will also aid earnings growth as mentioned. So what are the brokerages saying? While for Mahindra & Mahindra, there are 85% of brokerages which have a buy call on the stock, and they are expecting roughly 6 to 10% returns going forward. While for Tata Motors, there are slightly diverse views among the brokerages. While Citi, Kotak and MK expect the target price of roughly between 940 to 955, there are other brokerages such as Jefferies who sees the price roughly around 1200 for Tata Motors. So which camp are you in? Will you be buying Mahindra & Mahindra with 85% buy calls from analysts? Or will you be buying the dip in Tata Motors? All tire stocks had one common impact: EPR provisions. Because of this led to a fall in profits for almost all tire makers who have reported results until today, while a couple of companies managed to have a positive view for the future, which led to their stocks reacting positively, while the others had a 4 to 5% price fall post their results. Well, first, what is this EPR provision? In short, the government is saying to these tire companies that you guys are selling products that pollute the environment and have to pay for it. And these essentially are the companies that are purchasing certificates from the recycle for their products. Now the government has put in regulation which impacted by roughly 60 to 100 crores of profits for these companies for the last 2 fiscals. For MRF as well as CAT tires, this led to a share price fall of roughly 4 to 5%, while positive commentary going forward for Balkrishna as well as Apollo tires led to a price rise of roughly 6 to 7%. Brokerages are positive on Balkrishna Industries with 48% buy calls for the company, with Anand Rathi having the highest target price of roughly 3,500, which is a 20 to 25% upside from the current levels. While MRF is the stock which brokerages are most negative on, with 80% sell calls and the rest 20% having a hold on the stock, expecting a 16% downside from the current levels. Brokerages are also positive on the other 2 tire makers, namely Apollo Tyres as well as CAT. For Apollo, 59% of brokerage calls are buys, but the return potential is just roughly between 6 to 8%, while for CAT, 63% of brokerage calls are a buy, and there are roughly 17% upside from the current levels, and it's much cheaper in compare of valuation with someone like a Balkrishna Industries. So that's all the time we have in this week's Auto Wrap. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more.